Let's talk about a controversial topic in total knee replacement recovery. We're going to talk about heat versus ice. Now, for decades, the main advice has been ice your knee repeatedly, ice your knee with elevation, ice your knee to manage pain, manage swelling, manage inflammation. But now there's a new trend coming out where some orthopedic surgeons are suggesting maybe you utilize moist heat or a heating pad instead of ice or cryotherapy. Let's talk about the pros and cons of both, and let's talk about what the real secret sauce to an effective recovery actually is. So ice is great, it's cheap, virtually free, it's easy to use, very low risk of injury. Ice absolutely can help the right people reduce the pain experience. But if you're somebody that is sensitive to ice, a lot of my patients who have rheumatoid arthritis or other autoimmune conditions cannot tolerate putting an ice pack on their knee for any length of time. They don't respond well to ice. The other part of it is ice does not reduce inflammation. Inflammation is a chemical process. It's a natural part of healing, and changing the temperature of the tissue does not change what's happening in the tissue chemically. Ice does not reduce swelling. While it's true ice causes vasoconstriction, it's making the blood vessels tighten, it only does that in the most superficial layers of the tissue, the skin and the superficial capillaries. It does not get deep into the joint. Ice cannot penetrate deep into the joint. Maybe the mechanical pressure of putting an ice pack on might reduce swelling temporarily. Ice is just an experience, a sensation of coldness that might interrupt the pain cycle without having to take more pain meds. I'm not against ice, I'm just telling you this is what the research suggests. Now on the other side, we have heat. For a long time, we were against heat. We told people not to heat. We said heat would increase swelling. It actually doesn't. While it may have a vasodilation effect on the superficial layer of capillaries deep, high in the skin, it can't penetrate deep into the joint. So it doesn't increase swelling in the joint. It doesn't increase joint effusion. It just cannot get deep enough, unless of course you run the risk of burning the skin, which nobody wants to do that. Heat is soothing, it's relaxing, it feels nice, it gives you a different sensory experience than cold. And for the right people, heat will actually make them feel more confident in moving the joint. So there's a movement toward considering heat for certain individuals that are sensitive to cold. But whether you choose to use hot or cold, it really makes no difference. Both of them give you access to something that lets you control the symptoms, lets you know that you're doing something to manage the pain without adding more pharmaceuticals. The real secret here, the magic that happens, is gentle movement, whether it be passive movement, active movement, gentle exercise. Exercise has been shown to increase fluid exchange. So if we do want to get the swelling out of there, the best way to do it is with gentle movement, because the muscle pump function will help move the fluid out. The exchange of fluid will take the waste products out of the area, introduce blood, oxygen, nutrients, all the things we need to heal the tissue. We know that movement introduces a mechanical force to the tissue to help the scar tissue, to help the joint capsule, to help the bones, to help everything in the area recover. And movement actually does help reduce pain. If you've ever had the experience of waking up first thing in the morning, the knee, the shoulder, whatever is injured is extremely stiff, hard to move, even painful, but then you do a little gentle range of motion, you do a little gentle movement, you feel the best you're gonna feel. Of course, if you do too much, you start to feel worse again, but it's the Goldilocks effect. It can't be nothing, it can't be too much, it has to be just right. And that's gonna change for every individual, that's gonna change for every day, time of day. Some people do better in the morning, some people do better in the afternoon, even into the evening. Whatever works for you, the idea here is heat or cold can help with the pain experience without introducing more pharmaceuticals, but nothing is ever going to replace the effectiveness of gentle range of motion during the first 0 to 6 weeks after a total knee replacement surgery.